Agnes Monica. Okay. So, I would also like to invite two of my friends named Aline and Ayumi. Aline and Ayumi, can you come out, please? There you are. So, the reason we've all gathered today is to talk about chasing your dreams, but also to talk about exchanging cultures, right? Living in different cultures, and what's it like going to another country. All of you have been learning English, and you have learned a little bit about the United States, right? Right? Okay. Do you all know more about the United States than you did when you started? The answer is yes. Do you know more about the United States now than when you started learning English? Yes! All right, good. So, we're going to start by asking my friends Ayumi and Aline here to give you a little short presentation about when they lived in the United States so that you can know more about the United States, okay? But before we do that, I'm going to ask Ambassador Marcial if he could just say hello to everybody and give a few short remarks.
Hello, everybody. Let's try it again. Hello, everybody. Am I supposed to say Selamat Sore, or are you just studying English?
English.
Only English, okay. So, how long have you been studying English so far? Oh, wow, great. So you're all perfect English. Yeah. All right, that's great. Well, it's so nice of you to come. And it's really a great pleasure for us. At the U.S. Embassy, for us, nothing is more important than education. It's our top priority. We want Indonesians, we hope, to learn English, and we hope many of you will think about studying in America later on. But we also are trying very hard to help Americans understand Indonesia. So we're focused so much of what we do on trying to make sure that people can understand each other better, and education is the best way to do that. And we also think, because English is an international language, that learning English, we hope, can help you achieve everything that you want to do in your lives. And that's, I know, the theme today. It's great that Agnes Monica is here. She... Yeah. See, I came here thinking, wow, all these people came to see me. But I'm going to believe that. But anyway, I really great that you're here at America. Great that you're studying English, and great that you're going to hear, I know, a very inspiring set of comments from Agnes about dream, believe, and make it happen. If you think about it, it's a lot like what President Obama said in his book, The Audacity of Hope, that you have to believe that you can really achieve what you want to achieve. That's what President Obama believes. That's what he's done. That's what Agnes believes. And I hope that's what you'll all believe. And it's also great that we have two of our YES students who went and lived in the United States, and I hope they'll share their experiences with you as well. So welcome again. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Marcial.
Okay, I get to introduce the guest speaker. She doesn't need much of an introduction. You all know Agnes Monica. She's known not only as a terrific speaker, but occasionally she sings a little bit. But the only thing I will say to introduce her, beyond, because you know her all so well, is she told me just before we came out that she just recorded a song with another famous singer from the United States, Michael Bolton, that will soon be released. And we're all looking forward to hearing that. And I know Michael Bolton is very excited because this is going to help his career a lot. So it's great of you to come to Ad America, Agnes. And please, everyone, give a warm welcome to Agnes Monica.
Okay. Yes, it works. Can I move my chair
go ahead.
right here? All right. Hello, people. Oh, come on. Where's the energy? Hello, people. Woo! All right. That's the energy. Okay. About a few days ago, I tried to write down what I wanted to say to you today. Try to make everything, easier for me, to talk to you guys. But, you know what? I got brain freeze. And it was quite surprising to me because, well, not because I hadn't had any brain freeze before, but, but first, it was rarely happen. And second, I knew I was going to talk about something that has been my, principle of life. Dream, believe, and make it happen is basically, my whole life. And I thought, how hard can it be to talk about my own life? But the thing is, I realized that it was not because I couldn't write about my own life, nor was it because I didn't know what I had to say. But it was more because I have too many things that I want to say today to you guys, and I really don't know how to pack them all and talk about it in 2 hours. No, I'm kidding.
2 hours?
In 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Haven't you all ever been in a condition when you got to do something, but you just don't think you can do it? You're probably thinking, no, I can't do that, or no, it's too late, or no, it's too long, or no, I'm too stupid, or no, I'm too small, I can't do big things. But hey, guess what? Small people can do big things, And extraordinary people was once ordinary. They just tried to outdo themselves again and again and again. So that's what, that's what I want to talk about today. Dream, believe, and make it happen. So some of you may already have known that, I have used this phrase so many times in my interview to describe my principle of life. And very normal to say that since then I also began to notice and took more time to pay attention to what other people think about this, about just dream. Dream, believe, and make it happen. Many people feel inspired, but a lot of people actually still feel very skeptical. At first I thought, the hardest thing out of these 3 principles would be, the making it happen. But along the way I found so many people still struggling with the first 2. And, and I thought, wait, dreaming is supposed to be the easiest. It's human nature to dream or to imagine. But it's not what happens, apparently. And, I found a lot of people believe that, the situation or the circumstances that they have is actually the best that they can have. They got used to mediocrity and built the mindset of good enough. That good enough is enough. The circumstances around them force them to believe that, this is the best that they can have. But this is what I want to share to you guys today. This, campaign or whatever you want to call it, the speech, the talk, or, whatever, is not, about, it's not about bragging about myself. It's not to tell you how great this person is or how great that person is, but to somewhat share to you guys that you can still strive for more. And it starts from a very simple thing. It starts from here, your mindset. So, Newton's first law, physics. Newton's first law states that every object will remain at rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change its state by the action of an external force. This is normally taken as the definition of inertia. Have you ever had that feeling before? Like your own inertia moment? Well, I have. I have. Just, being comfortable in my own comfort zone. But I chose not to, dwell on that inertia or comfort zone. I chose to do something. First things first. I chose to dream. And since it's free of charge to dream, just dream away. Dream all what you want. Not yet. Still 14 pages long. Okay. Let me just, can I?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're Agnes Monica. You can do what you want.
Okay. Because when I come here, I heard, and so let me just pick one person. Let me just sit right here. Okay, so can you tell me? That's all right. You don't have to be that nervous. Okay, your hands doesn't have to be shaking. So, what's your wildest dream?
Wildest dream? Wow. I don't know how else. So,
What's your dream?
my dream, highest dream, to be as a captain football player, and get the World Cup champions for Indonesia.
And okay, here's another question. Have you ever been mocked or people telling you that? Seriously, come on, about that dream?
I've been there because some of my friends said that is impossible. Well, because we see Indonesia. Well, what is Indonesia like for now? Yeah, the football and minus qualities and doesn't have good qualities as Malaysia, even better than Indonesia, right? In football, and
it's gonna change. It's gonna change when you become the captain, right? So, do you realize something very simple, that every single thing starts with dreams and vision? Hello? Do you realize that all that we have today in this world, everything that you touch, everything that you see, everything that you hear, is actually, was actually someone's dreams, was once someone's vision, someone's hope in the past. When you see around you, desks, table, chairs, TV, cameras. And even you and me, we were once our moms and dads' vision, so our moms and dads' hope. Hello? So, everything is somewhat a realization of dreams and imaginations, realization of what once considered impossible, yet possible after all. You see around us, fire was once considered a miracle. Airplane was once, someone's imagination. The Wright brothers, right? Yeah. Ideas like equal rights, democracy, the cure of cancer, space travel, robotics. Martin Luther King said, "I have a dream" in 1963. And 50 years later, Barack Obama said, "Yes, we can. Yes, you can." So is it really wrong to have dreams? No. Is it wrong to have dreams? No, not at all. Can you imagine if Martin Luther King did not have a dream? Maybe Barack Obama wouldn't even be the first African American president of the United States. And do you know that the word humane or human rights did not just happen to be there? People back then used torture as a common language to communicate, as a common tool to get what they want. And it was somewhat legal. People used it all the time, and it was a tradition. So human rights, or the concept of being humane, was once not there at all. Then it emerged to become, just a concept, just an idea. Meaning, those concepts, those ideas are found or created. So logically, if it's created, then it was once not there. It was once, considered weird. It was once different or not normal, or even, not normal to even be talking about those. It was unfamiliar. It was uncommon. And, will people talk about your dreams? Of course. Will they doubt your dreams or even calling you weird for having big dreams? Of course, I bet. Fans, yeah, there will be a lot of people who like you for knowing what you want. But haters, oh, there will be a lot, trust me. Will they doubt you? For sure. Will they say it's impossible? Absolutely. Because again, most people don't like change. Most people, whether they admit it or not, most people love comfort zones, just as tradition. When someone begins to do something out of the tradition, out of the ordinary, people start to feel annoyed and disturbed. The rebellions of the conformity will be mocked, hated, or at least talked about. Most people don't like to feel they don't understand. That's why we have interpretation, which is, the human's way to deal or cope with what they don't understand. It's the human's way to, try to understand what they don't understand, to try to understand things that they don't understand. And any type of change, you hear this, any type of change that you're about to make or you already made is out of conformity. Is out of the ordinary. It's something, some people may have difficult times to understand. Change would predictably, hear this, change will predictably create controversial. It somewhat ruined the existing equilibrium. It shakes the existing tradition. So fans versus haters, hey, it's predictable. So, even if you're considered weird or different, don't bother. Of course, along the way, you may see or even experience failures, dream that fail. But I have never seen any successful people, I have never seen those made it happen who's not a dreamer or a visionary. So, start the day by dreaming, imagining, hoping. And of course, after you dream or vision what you want to do in life, then you got to believe it. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Faith is the opening of all sides and at every level of one's life to the divine inflow." And then there's one other quote that, this has been my favorite. It's by Samuel Butler, 19th century British author. He said, "You can do very little with faith, but you can do nothing without it." So you got to believe yourself. If you don't believe yourself, you don't believe your dreams, you don't believe your own vision, your own goals, or whether or not you can reach them, how can you convince people to believe your dreams? And what those dreamers do after they dream, they vision it and they believe it. They see it with their eyes of faith before making it happen. So they see it with their eyes of faith before they're making it happen, not the other way around. Hello? So, after you believe it, now comes the hardest thing, making it happen. When you already believe in your dreams and try to make it happen, note this, there will be a lot of factors that you will have to do or not do. You will need some adjustments, work real hard, real smart, be consistent, learn, read, listen, feel, watch. And because there are so many things to do to make it happen, it is very common to meet obstacles or struggles. They can vary from people around us, even strangers who try to talk you into giving up, to the people whom we trust the most, like our family, our parents, our best friends, who don't believe your dreams or to, even said that it's impossible. It can even be yourself. It can be you getting tired from trying, being consistent, tried to survive, all the harsh critics. It can be you giving up or getting lazy because nothing happens. Or it can be you getting comfortable because you've achieved a lot and, you thought, well, maybe this is enough. But again, it's all in here. Mindset. You're supposed to control your mind and not the other way around, because after all, the biggest power in this world, I think, it's the power over yourself. It's the power over oneself. About a few years ago when I was 19 years old, I was asked by the press. And they asked this right after I won my awards. And by then, when I was 19 years old, I have had won many awards. And that's why they asked me this question. They asked, Nez, what other things in life you want? What do you want? What else do you want in your career? Because it seems like you got it all. Then, I said, just like a child who dreams to be a doctor, I said, I want to go international. I want to go global. I want to win my first Grammy. For some people, they said it's arrogance. But for me, it's called dream. And after all, it was what made me won that award at the first place. I knew what's my goal, what I want in life, and I'm not afraid to make it happen, to do more than what it takes to make it happen. I call that confidence, the urge and the drive to elevate to the next level. They call it arrogance. I call it a goal to keep me focused on my journey, to keep me on track. So if they want to call me arrogant for knowing what I want, then call away. Call me arrogant. Because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Right? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And boy, do I get some harsh comments. People wrote in the tabloids, talked about how arrogant I was for having that dream, to even think that, I had, even a chance to go international. I was young, and I was kind of shocked. I knew there will be controversials that will emerge, but I never really thought that it would be that huge. There are a lot of people saying, texting me or sending email to my management, saying how I inspire their life, but there are also a lot of people hating me for knowing what I want and not afraid to have that dream. And at that time, I just remember and held on to what my mom used to say to me all the time. She said, Nez, do you know what's the difference between a winner and a master? Well, she called it maestro, but I bet there's a little different meaning with maestro in Indonesian language and maestro in English. This is what she said. She said, a winner is someone who wins in one event, in one occasion, in that particular event. But a master is someone who not only win, but face their problems, solve it, and still getting out of it as a winner. And that is a master. Since then I learned to focus on the things that I need to focus on, how to use that negative energy and change it to become positive. A lot of people thought that just because I don't talk about my problems, a lot of people thought that I never experienced times of struggles. Just because I don't look sad in front of the camera, people really believe that all the paths that I went through were easy. thinking that my life is so perfect and that is why I am, who I am right now. But it's wrong. It's wrong because I am who I am right now because I don't have perfect life. I am who I am right now not because I have, never tasted the bitterness of life. As a matter of fact, I can be who I am right now because of all the problems that I have had. So if we go back to the, Newton's first law that says, every object will remain at rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change its state by the action of an external force, guess what? Those external force is exactly what makes me who I am right now. All the pain so I can sympathize, all the struggles so I can appreciate, all the tears so I know what a happiness is. And most important of all, I need to face all of them so that I know I'm just a human being. An imperfect one who needs the perfect God. The imperfection that needs molding God can do. Only God can do. It is exactly that external force that moves us forward, brings us higher, and elevates us to the next level. So if you have problems, you got to be thankful, and I got nothing to say to them other than thank you for making my skin a little bit thicker, to teach me how to focus on the positive and keep going. To throw those bricks at me that actually help me build my strong foundation. Actually, those problems are what makes me who I am right now. And I bet there are people who talk about you. Talk about your dreams. Okay, what's your dream? It's okay. What's your dream? It's okay. It's okay. Oh, she said that she dreams to go to the United States. And I bet there will be people who talk about you, talk about your dreams, talk about, oh, come on, United States, that's like 18 hours flight away. That's impossible. But hey, listen to this. Our future does not depend on what other people think about us. Your future does not depend on what other people think about you, but on what you think about yourself. But of course, you got to listen to critics, but filter the source. Filter the source. Is the source qualified to even judge you? Let haters hate and us win. Let haters hate and us win. Because haters will hate you no matter what no matter how good you are. So, be the best instead. All right? In the middle of me writing down, all this 100 pages that I wanted to talk about, I got one Twitter response. And I remember what she or he said. What if other people is not as lucky as you? Be realistic, dear. That's exactly what she said. But this is the thing, dear. It is not luck at all. It has never been about luck. Talent is luck? No, talent is gift from God. And note this, everyone have talent. No matter how small it is. But do you see all the big trees out there? It grows out of a very small seed. Opportunities or chances, of course, opportunities do come. But readiness is what makes you succeed. It's not merely the chance. It's not merely the opportunity. Success is the intersection point between opportunities and readiness. And then, you might ask me, but Ness, what about if, of course, we can never predict when that opportunity is going to come. So that's luck. Well, that's not entirely true. You might not be able to predict nor control when that opportunity is going to come to you, when or what opportunity will come to you, but you can definitely predict and control when and how you can be ready. Be realistic? What's not realistic about those success stories we've heard? Martin Luther King, Helen Keller, the Wright brothers who became, first people to successfully fly a plane with a person. And then Roger Bannister. Have you ever heard of Roger Bannister? Have you ever heard of Roger Bannister? All right. Well, I'm going to read you a little story. Yeah, Roger Bannister. Yeah. See, the ambassador knows. That's why he becomes ambassador. I'm going to read you a little story that keeps me motivated. It's Roger Bannister. It's 2 hours long. No, it's just, okay. Roger Gilbert Bannister is an English former athlete best known for running the first recorded mile in less than 4 minutes. Roger Bannister was born in England. In his early running career, he was inspired by Sidney Wooderson's remarkable comeback in 1945. Wooderson, although lost to Anderson, set a British record of 4 minutes, 4.2 seconds on September 9. Bannister started his running career at the age of 17 in 1946. Since then, he competed, experienced winnings, losings, under a lot of training. In 1952, Bannister made it to the Olympic final, but Roger Bannister, as quoted, was blown and unhappy for the result in his semifinal. Then at the 1500 meter final, Bannister did not win. So he did not win. He finished fourth out of the medal. But hear this. After that failure, Bannister spent 2 months deciding whether or not he should give up running. But then, he set himself on a new goal to be the first man to run a mile in under 4 minutes. So by that time, the 4-minute mile had been world record for 9 years. So, meaning, no one had ever broken that world record for 9 years. Then people started talking and started to believe that maybe the 4-minute mile was impossible after all. No one broke that record for so long. People started to believe that it wouldn't happen, that it's impossible. I hate that word, impossible. Then there is a myth claiming that the 4-minute mile was thought to be impossible by informed observers, that humans' body is not capable to run a mile under 4 minutes. It says that Bannister then intensified his training and did hard intervals. On May 2nd, 1953, he made an attempt on the British record at Oxford. Bannister ran 4 minutes, 3.6 seconds. Okay. Even though he did not break the record, Bannister said, "This race made me realize that the 4-minute mile was not out of reach." The historic event took place on May 6, 1954, during a meet between British AAA and Oxford University in Oxford. It was watched by about 3,000 spectators. With winds up to 25 miles per hour prior to the event, Bannister had said twice that he favored not running. To conserve his energy and efforts to break the 4-minute barrier, he would try again at another meet. However, the winds dropped just before the race was scheduled to begin, and Bannister did run. 2 other runners, Brasher, provided pacing while completing the race. So after the run, the stadium announcer for the race was Norris McWhirter, who went on to publish and edit the Guinness Book of Records. He excited the crowd by delaying the announcement of the time Bannister ran as long as possible. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen." It feels like I'm storytelling, huh? "Ladies and gentlemen, here is the result of event 9, the 1 mile. First, number 41, R.G. Bannister, Amateur Athletic Association and formerly of Exeter and Merton College, Oxford, with a time which is a new meeting and track record, and which, subject to ratification, will be a new English native, British national, all comers, European, British Empire, and world record. The time was 3." So the roar of the crowd drowned out the rest of the announcement. Bannister's time was 3 minutes, 59.4 seconds. I've read this story 1,000 times, but I still got goosebumps. 6 days later, on 21 June, in Finland, Bannister's record was broken. Only 6 days later, Bannister's record was broken by his rival Landy with a time of 3 minutes, 57.9 seconds. I mean, if you think about it, isn't it weird? It took 9 years for a world record to be broken, the 4-minute world record to be broken. But as soon as Bannister broke that, it only took 6 days for another runner to break that record. And you know, it only take one person to make a difference. And it can be you. How many of your family members speak English? Be honest. One? Just you? Yeah? See, I mean, have you ever been, mocked or made fun of, by your friends or even your relatives from being different, say, from speaking English? Yeah? Really? Well, remember, people will doubt you for being different. Maybe you're the first person in your family who ever speak English, who ever dream big, who ever dream to go to the United States. People will say it's impossible. You're probably, the first person who ever think to make your career global. But like Roger Bannister, it only needs that one person to make a difference. It only needs that one change, only one change of a mindset for you to change your entire future. Not to mention, the future of your family and the future of your nation. It only takes one first step to run a mile. And as you heard, Bannister went through struggles. He lost, he wins. And eventually he even almost lost hope and thinking of giving up for good. However, he realized he was too far to stop. He chose to keep moving forward, and not enough, he decided to set a new world record. Hey, good enough is not enough. In fact, good enough is the enemy of the best. So never settle for mediocrity. Did those dreamers give up? No. What they did is they focused on what they needed to focus on, and guess what? They made it happen. So should you give up if some people, question your dream? No, that's the last thing you should do. Because people who can't do it, listen to this, people who can't do it will say you can't do it either. Because they don't want to see you can't do it. So, never feel small. Never, ever feel small. Talking about English, I mean, some people even call me unpatriotic. A lot of people actually call me unpatriotic for speaking English. You know, talking about haters. Saying that I'm not, Indonesia enough. But hear this, patriotic is how you bring your talent to the world. You know? Get noticed by your accomplishments, not by sensations. And how can I communicate and promote my country if I can't communicate, if I can't, talk in a language the world can understand? You know what I mean? And I mean, English has been international language for a long time. And for me to, promote and get the world to notice, I need to be able to speak English. Dream, believe, and make it happen. It's just the phrase I used to describe my principle of life. And that is exactly what made it happen. I rolled as a co-star with Jerry Yeon in Taiwan, Peter Ho in China. I won Best Asian Artist Awards in Korea for 2 years in a row. I won many, many, many awards in Indonesia. I hosted in the live red carpet of American Music Awards 2010. I did a duet with Michael Bolton that will soon be released in his international album in June. I won 7 categories of J-Pop Asia International Music Awards in Japan. And you know what? I love you too. I'm gonna say to you now, if I can win, you can win too. I was not born strong. I'm just as weak as, many other flesh and bones. But I know that I have a big God and that I'm safe in His hands. I'm just as weak as normal. I cry, I smile, I laugh. Hatred hurts me. Love embraces me. A tap in the shoulder encourages me. Friends support me. Haters motivate me. But through that process, I realize, I know I can, outdo myself. So remember, life is a journey. There's no luck in it. It's just your action. Action is something you choose to do. Hard work, faithful, learn, read, listen, watch, focus, expand your capacity. They are all actions you choose to do. There's no luck in it. No luck. Survive in struggles, be consistent. It lies on the power over yourself. No one can learn more from failures other than the winner himself. So, remember, miracles are called miracles because they were once not believed. So, if you ain't dead, I'm still 2 hours long. What are you talking about? So if you ain't dead, you ain't finished. If you ain't dead, you ain't finished. So dream, believe, and make it happen, for God's sake.
And so we have 3 of you that were chosen to come up here and ask Agnes questions. And all 3 of you have been learning English for a year, right?
For 2 years.
For 2 years already. Okay. So can you introduce yourselves? I know it's Aldi, Wulan, and Alfat.
Alfat, yeah.
Okay. And so, Aldi, actually, why don't you introduce yourself, and then you can ask Agnes the first question.
Hello, my name Aldi.
Yes.
What do you...
And I'm going to have to answer in English, right?
Yes.
Not in Javanese or...
No, not Javanese.
Okay. Because, I studied Bahasa Jawa for 2 years now.
Really?
So okay.
Well, you can answer in Bahasa Java, but I won't understand. So, go ahead.
Okay, what do you think about Indonesian young people?
Oh.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
It's
what
a
do you
good
think
one.
of Indonesian young people?
Well, actually, they're very talented, for sure. Yeah, you can cheer up for Indonesians, young people.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very talented, but I have to say, I met a lot of young people who are talented, but kind of pessimistic. You know, again, back to the mindset. You know, sometimes they think that this is the best that they can have, or getting used to mediocrity and all that. But I mean, I've seen a lot of changes. You know, I've seen a lot of I mean, come on. Right now, I see all of you, 300 kids, who know what they want, who know what's their dream, and not afraid to get it. So yeah.
Okay, and so next is Wulan, and I saw Wulan practicing her question as she was sitting there. So I know you're ready, right? Don't be nervous. Jangan malu ya.
How long have you been practicing Indonesian language? Maybe I should ask you
for like
a question
2 years.
in Indonesian language.
No. I've been learning it for 3 years.
Okay.
But these kids speak better English than I speak Bahasa.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead, Wulan.
Hi Agnes, I'm
Hello.
Moran.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, when I was a senior high school, I heard that you were one of the most influential ladies in Indonesia. Were you proud enough of that achievement?
Well, I mean, proud, of course. But it has never been, my ultimate goal. If we're talking about awards and achievements, for me it's just, the results of hard work. And that's what I want to focus on. I want to focus on what I need to do. I need to focus on, expanding my capacity and, giving my own version of, masterpiece. Giving the best of me in my work. So basically, yeah, awards, of course, it motivates me. But it's just, fame, money, awards, they're just, the results of the hard work. So
Okay, good.
it's very good English.
Yeah, very good. Very good. So now, Alpha, your turn.
Hello, Agnes. How do you do?
I'm good. Okay, supaya dia nggak nervous kali ya.
I want to ask you about something. And
Okay.
what's your suggestion?
It's okay, don't bite.
What's your suggestion for us to increase our English skills?
Good question.
Oh, good question. Actually, there's nothing better than practice it, of course. But other than that, read a lot of English books, watch a lot of, American movies. And, I choose to not switch on the subtitles and try to kind of, get used to the accents and, again, read a lot of books and find as many opportunities as possible to practice it with your friends, with your teachers. Yeah, that's it.
That's all.
That's all.
Thank you.
Very good. So you know what, Agnes? I know that we didn't talk about this before, but do you want to ask them their dreams?
Yeah. Okay.
Why don't we do it?
All right.
Aldi?
Well, yeah. So Aldi, what's your dream?
Maybe I same with you. I wanna become a singer.
Yeah.
It's not the same as me. It's actually same with Aaron's dream. He once told me.
No, I did not.
I mean, oh, come on. Look at that. It's one step closer. So, sorry, Aaron, just
No, that's
kidding.
okay. I'm sure he sings better than I do.
Okay. And then what's your, what do you what have you done to actually, reach your goal? Have you, taken any singing classes or singing courses or?
Actually, for now, I have a boy band.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, we should support it, right? Yeah. I mean, you never know. I mean, he could be like, the next Smash.
No.
Go ahead.
I don't want like Smash, but I wanna become myself.
Oh, he said he doesn't want to be Smash. He wants to have his own style. There you go.
Very good, Aldi. Yeah, that's awesome. Good.
Okay, so what about you? What's your dream?
My dreams, I want to go abroad. I want to continue my study.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, what area? I mean, what major?
Major, I mean for English literature.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Maybe American literature? Good.
Wow. So now you still live in Indonesia and study here, right?
Study.
But later you want to go abroad. You want to go to the United States and actually learn. Wow. So. Oh my God!
I want.
I mean, it's so hard. I can feel it. And it's getting harder.
I think you're going to make him faint.
I wanted to.
Agnes, he wanted to. Okay, Alpha.
Yes.
So, tell me what's your dream?
Oh, I have.
So cute.
I have many dreams, but
Okay.
the most dreams is to be the president of Republic Indonesia.
And believe me, there's nothing wrong with that. You think you can do it?
Yes, I can.
All right. Okay. And Aaron.
What?
All right, next question.
Sorry, I'm not French. Do you have any boyfriend for now?
You see, Agnes, you embarrassed them, but now they can embarrass you.
Exactly. Well, I don't have any boyfriend right now, but I know that a lot of people are praying for me to have a boyfriend by gossiping me with this person and that person. I mean, see, I chose to look at it, from the positive perspective, they're praying for me, even though I don't really like to be gossiped about, but yeah, so, no, I don't. Are you waiting for me to give you reasons?
Maybe.
Because he was just like... And I was like, that's it. Yeah. I choose to just, focus on my career first, and, I don't want to have a boyfriend just for the sake of having boyfriend. I gotta know what's his intention, to be close to me, and whether or not, he can fully commit to the relationship itself. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe Alpha.
Okay. Yeah. it's my
But look at him, he's
Okay.
so calm. Look
Yeah.
at that.
He's like,
okay.
well, okay.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Okay. Next, Wulan.
What did you feel when you knew that you got a wonderful opportunity to be a presenter for American Music Award last year in Los Angeles, USA?
Well, I mean, of course, it was such a great opportunity, and I felt really glad, and that's exactly the perfect example of what I said in the talk about being ready when that opportunity comes. And I mean, it was such a a huge step for me because then I got a chance to actually meet a lot of people there, to actually make friends with a lot of people that I used to just see or watch on TV. Lance, and then Stewart, and then so many other big names. And to sing with one of the biggest star in Latin America, which is Christian Chavez. So yeah, it opens a whole different perspective, a whole different level. Yeah.
Thank you.
And so now we have time for a last question from Alpha.
yeah. It is the last question for you.
And yeah, I was kidding. Okay.
Who is your favorite singer or musician?
Well, who's my favorite singer or musician? Well, actually, I have a lot. Michael Jackson and Madonna for sure. They're the legends. And then, because I grew up in church, I listened to a lot of gospel songs like Kirk Franklin, Israel Houghton, and yeah, they pretty much inspire my music. So
That
it.
means we've reached the end.
Woo!
But I want to thank everybody, especially our three students here, for asking Agnes questions. You had to be very brave to do that. And you guys did a great job. So let's all give them a round of applause. And of course, I want to say thank you to Agnes for everything today.
Thank
you for the
you.
talk, and thank you for talking to the students.
Thank you
Thanks
so
so
much.
much.
Woo! Yay!
And before we go, I just want to say thank you to the Center for Civic Education Indonesia, which runs Access, yeah? And again, thanks to all of you guys from the Access program. Thank you so much for coming. So who wants to take your photo with Agnes? Anybody? Okay. So now Sweeney is going to help me organize you guys, but we're going to take turns taking the photos, okay? Sweeney, go ahead.
Okay.